Hi, yes, folks. I'm Rob D, and coming here from Liverpool, England. And I would like to show you some kind of unseen histories that I see in my imaginarium when I look at maps. Became aware of a tram line wanting to be given permission to be gone through here to here. And one of the sites that's really bothering me that they're putting it through is over here known as Burleigh Head. So I went and I had a look according to the type of research I do. And I sure enough, Burleigh Head looks like a giant's head. I kid you not. Anybody knows my research site knows I look a little bit differently at things. I see a world where insects consume giant birds and other creatures that their remains became the land that we call home. And well, I'm going to show you my Imaginarium tour now of Burleigh Heads through Surfer's Paradise. And I hope you enjoy my show today. Right, Burleigh? Look at your giant head here. See it? These are one of your ancestors for the indigenous people. This is a sacred site, and you can kind of see why. Even the shape of the lookout looks almost like it had a bird that went on top of it to consume it that got consumed. If you look at my research, I think that giants are laid on top of giants, and giants aren't always human. Giant things, giant creatures. We are small. We think we're big. We think we're big enough to just plow through everything that belongs to not us. This is Earth. This is Mother. This is Burleigh's giant head. And over to the canal here, I see clearly one of my bird fossils right here in your canal. I'm gonna have a go at pronouncing this. Talabudra Creek. Talabudra, mate. I don't know. I'm just trying there, and you guys can Forrest Gump it up with me. But there, you see the remains of a bird here, and I've always say that the remains of these giants are made of harder materials, so erosion happens around them. Rivers and things like that would tend to go around the harder things. As my Imaginarium has limits, but it's not limited in what it sees. You know, do you see the bird head here coming up and over? Possible wing structure here. Do you see this head here? This is just this creek. This is your history. And how dare us take away anything from people we already stole their whole everything? And I'm talking about the indigenous people, not just of Australia, but the whole world. And here's another chance where they're standing on the rock. And this time it's Burleigh Head. Can't people just walk down a road here? Can't they put a tram line through here that's already here? Must they disrupt everything along a coastline that I can flip it like this and see that this passageway down through here is clearly another bird head with a beak structure that something has eroded all the way from it? See it? You guys got fossils everywhere. Now I'm going to take you through the creek. Now you got a bird here. And this is, you got to walk around that one, don't you? I've actually seen sunrises from up here. Thank you, Sue Fenn, for filming from up here. Cheers me up sometimes. And she made me aware of this issue. And it's an issue that if you feel passionate about it, you should not be silent. And I'm passionate about giving indigenous people back their history. Just like I showed the Thunderbirds out in the Arizona deserts, I will show you now the giants of Burleigh or the Burleigh birds, whichever one I happen to see. So I'm going to go now to Burleigh Waters, and it's not taking too much Imaginarium. Any 2-year-old will say that's the shape of a bird with a cookie cutter, and if cooked, it would look like that, right? How's your Imaginarium do if I flip you upside down? I'm going to go a different direction because these things didn't just lay in a row. They went where they fell. Oh, I see it. Another bird head here. Flip your mind around. Like that cartoon character bird head right here. Let's be smiling with this. This is a non-lowering show. Matter of fact, this raises us all up. It raises us all up. It gives us our imaginations that were taken away from us by society to keep us from seeing that this bird shape here to this all these neighborhoods. And I am saying that. Even this golf course is built on its body. The solid areas remained. The shapes of the birds are right in front of your eyes. Use them, love them, bless them, because they blessed us with land to live on. How are we treating that land? They don't charge us no money to live there. Now I'm going to zoom back a bit and I'm going to flip you back with the ocean this way. Okay. I'm going to go in and look at a few more. I just showed you that one. This one here looks like one of those Shinto heads I show you, where the Shinto priests wear a hat that comes up. It's got a bit on the back that's very distinct. And I've seen this giant head before. They very often have wings out in the desert when I see bigger fossils of these. And these are fossils. This is a fossil. It needs investigation, and perhaps archaeological digging permits can prevent certain activities from occurring on Burleigh Head. And perhaps even the Gympie Pyramid as well, because I have marked that and need to do an entire another presentation to protect the indigenous rights for that to remain unspoiled, unwalk-onable without permission and unblessing and not acting correct and respectful toward this very land here that has given you a home. How many birds will you see here? Do you see the rudimentary shape of one here? I do. I see one here. Rudimentary shape of a bird there in my imaginarium. Call it your imaginarium and they won't tell you crazy. Investigate this and prove what's right in our imaginarium can become true story. Not his story, not her story, the true story. But at the end of the day, here it is. It's land you're living on, and they're all shaped like birds and such through here that I can see. I can relate a bird shape to almost every one of these crown heads through here. You guys got birds all out in your creeks, and that's Mermaid Beach. Blessing to the mermaids and mermen of the world that do so much to bless our waters and keep our animals of the ocean safe. Now, this one was very interesting. I found this big hook piece to be interesting. I don't know what kind of dredging goes on here to keep that passage open. And then I flip it sideways like this. You see another one through here. Bird skull shaped. Look at what bird skulls look like after they are consumed by the oneness out in the woods, right? Or if you ever picked one up, they have a rudimentary shape to them. My imaginarium picks up on that very quickly. So whoever's over here at the Hoda home, you got a big bird here. You're walking around his beak when you walk around that lake. Isn't that cool? Yeah. When you go down this river on your river tours, tell them next time, hey, that's a big bird beak. It's big. Let me show you. See if we can get that to come up. Now, from here to here, you're looking at a little over a half a kilometer, close to 3/4. Because this whole thing could have been the head. This whole thing could have been the structure coming all the way down through here, and something ate it. Sorry about that. My mouse is a little bit happy today. It really likes what it's doing. You know what it likes to do? It loves showing things. It loves showing me things. And right now, I've gone all the way down almost to the causeway here. Well, who knows? Some kind of bridge could come through here with pylons, with tides are going to change how water flows and how sediments build up, and the whole leave it alone of it all isn't happening. See the bird head? See the bird beak here? This is right in front of your eyes. Do not take away the indigenous rights of people through tearing up something that they say, hey, stop, it's important to us, and then put a sign on your wall that says you stand with the rights of some indigenous. You know when you're standing with their rights is when you're standing with your mob. Mob up, people. See your true history for what it is. See just how big things can be. Look at this one here. How's your imaginarium doing? How many heads you seeing? I'm seeing heads that need to roll, who think they can once again tell anybody else's indigenous people that your belief is not important. It's important enough to me to make sure that people see. And you know what I see? I see that Burleigh Head really is a giant head right here. And its body had birds go on it that then got killed by something else. and then became the lands. That became your future. That becomes more than your imaginarium. It becomes something you care about. And here's another beautiful bird right here near Mermaid Beach and Burleigh Heads and Surfer's Paradise. And even I could keep going down your coast here. Imaginarium will continue to see these shapes. Why? Because they're there. You don't have to imagine what's real too long. But Burleigh Head, people could walk in, leave it alone. Big love, people. Peace.